Hey everybody, this is Vril. Welcome back to Extended Timeline New World Order. So we're coming up on the year 2016. Now, in the last episode, we had the US going into Mexico, taking all of northern Mexico as well as the Baja Peninsula. Mexico actually did pretty well, won a couple battles against the Americans, but in the end, the American manpower overcame them. Now, we had Peru finishing off all of Colombia, so we'll see where they go next between Panama, Venezuela, maybe something in the south between Argentina and Chile. Actually, Paraguay has been immune so far in the series from Brazil or Argentina or anybody for that matter. Now, over in the east, we had Malaya going into the remains of French Indochina. They took out all of Cambodia. Now, in Central Asia, I guess you would say, Kyrgyzstan went into the recently released Yarkand, and leaving them with just a couple provinces. Now, we had a bunch of wars against Russia. We had Belarus and Ukraine taking on Russia. They both captured quite a bit. I think Belarus actually borders the Moscow province now. And we had a bunch of European nations do a punitive war against Russia. I think it was Slovenia led the charge there. There were nations like Germany in there, though, so they were pretty good-sized armies. And they won that war, forcing the Russians to release nations as well as give territory back to other nations. We've got a recently released Circassia, Gazi-Kamuk, Georgia, who is now warred with Turkey, is going in there. But the Europeans actually had the Russians give territory back to communist China here, so the Russians had taken some of this and they were forced to give it back. So, looking at wars that we have going on, we've got, let me sort this, the Iraqi, Syria, Cyprus, Egypt going into Iraq, and Israel, they're allied of all things. Ethiopia against Egypt, Tunisia, and Syria. So once the Syrians and Egyptians finish this off, they'll be taking out Ethiopia, I would suspect. And as I said, the Turkish-Georgian imperialist war, Turkey with Saudi Arabia against Georgia and Iran. I would assume that this Syrian war is just about to end. There it goes. We just saw that split over. So Israel's down to one province. The Iraqis down to, 3, 4? Okay. And like I said, the Turks lost some battles here against the Iranians. Here they're about to lose another one. We'll see if they can kind of get their army. If they can do 100k stack between the Saudis and the Turks, then they might be able to fend off the Iranians. But the Iranians seem to have pretty good military here, so we'll see what happens. Obviously, we have Egypt. Actually, Ethiopia is wanting to go into Egypt, but I think Egypt has a larger military. I'm not even seeing much of a military for Ethiopia at this point. Looking at this, yeah, so Turkey, Georgia against Georgia and Iran. We'll see what happens, though. Like I said, if Saudis can merge up with this Turkish army here, they might be able to do something. Looks like they're about to have a battle here, though. Well, I can't really tell. Obviously, we're going to keep looking back. Okay, we've got a Bulgarian-Yugoslavian nationalist war. We got Bulgaria, Greece, Albania, Croatia, Slovenia against Yugoslavia. So Yugoslavia, one of the few socialist state nations left in Europe. I think Belarus is the other one. Looks like their time is numbered, though. They're not doing a change of government or anything like that. I thought they might be doing that, but no, they're actually taking the territory for themselves, and there just happened. So they've released Bosnia-Herzegovina. Did they give some territory to Albania? No, they did not. They still have a little bit of Yugoslavia left, about 4 provinces here. Okay, so Bulgaria took that. Okay. Did Croatia gain anything from that? No. We have... Do we have Montenegro before? I don't think we did. I think that's new released as well. So anyway, we'll look back at this Turkey war between Georgia. Here we go. So, no, okay. I thought for a moment that we had the opposite was happening. Turks need to commit to some of these battles here. There they go. Now they're getting a terrain penalty, though. So, yeah, I think that the Iranians are going to win this one, down to minus 16. Okay. Oh, yes, and the Egyptians looks like they... Nope, that's still going on. I thought that ended, but apparently is still going on. Thinking of the Bulgarian War. So we'll see. I bet we're going to have some action in South America as well very, very shortly. I think that there's some ripe areas for the pickings down there between Argentina and Chile and Paraguay. Okay, we have Armenia, Azerbaijan. Those existed from the start. I was just noticing that the Azerbaijan actually is split up with Armenia there. I was actually looking, and I noticed that all of Africa is actually a Muslim tech group, which doesn't make all that much sense, like South Africa being a Muslim tech group, so yeah, I'm not sure on that design choice there. Okay, so we have an Albanian purge of Montenegrin heresy. Okay, now that's a new one. Have not seen one of those in this AI series yet, so looks like Albania is using that as an excuse to go into as their casus belli to go into Montenegro there. Okay, yeah, they took that out real quick there. So yeah, Turks down to -23, and now we've got a Libyan reconquest against Algeria. So Mali is... This is going to go well, I would say, for the Libyans here. They lost a bunch of territory to Algeria and Niger, and it looks like they actually lost a little bit to Egypt as well. It looks like they're gaining it back slowly but surely. Algeria has some revolutionary problems too. Now we have a Croatian-Bosnian war, so just when you thought we had some areas released, newly found nations, that whole thing, then this area becomes a total mess with Croatia wanting to take its Bosnian territory here. So wow, the Iranians, once again, they're just destroying the Turkish armies here. They've got nothing. Somehow Ethiopia is actually sieging out territory here, even though their army... I guess these are very easy to siege because there's like desert and steppes, but still. We'll see what the Iranians end up taking from this, although Georgia might be the one that actually decides on what's going to happen, so they might actually take some territory from Turkey. Very good. Looking at our Libyan reconquest. Okay. Yeah, so I am running the modern day flags here. Did notice that there were a couple mistakes in them, and I tweaked one of them. Like, China had this flag that was totally not China's flag. It was some like really old China flag, so I did change that one to be the correct Chinese flag there with the stars on it, and red with the stars. So it looks like we're battling between Saudi and Iran and Syria, though. Syria is allied with the Iranians. Actually, Syria is allied with Saudi Arabia as well. Interesting alliances going on there. Here we go. We've got a few more. So Brazil going into Peru. That's actually a big one. I was thinking for a moment that was not Peru, but it's, yeah, Peru that's a big one. And we've got Mozambique, Zambia, Namibia, South Africa, Malawi, Burundi, Angola, Botswana, and what is this? Tanzania. Okay. Sure what the deal was there. So, okay, yeah, so South Africa, I did not realize that they were in there. Yeah, okay. So yeah, a lot of action here in South Africa. Quickly look over here in Brazil. I would assume Brazil probably has a pretty good army, but I don't know, the Peruvians generally, with even a smaller stack, have done pretty well for themselves from what I've seen so far. So we'll see if the Brazilians actually try to attack. It looks like Peru's sieging out some territory. At least get your armies next to each other, though, and then I'll be more confident that Peru can take these out. It looks like we're about 125k versus 100 here. Pretty equal armies, both 2-star generals. we have anything else? We have Albania and Bosnia nationalist war. So Albania with Slovenia going to Bosnia, Switzerland. Okay, Switzerland is at war. So looking at this, oh yeah, Switzerland's only one province at this point. So Albania trying to make some moves here. I would say that it's a little deceiving when I see Yugoslavia in that, and because they're usually pretty big, but they're just like 4 provinces. Who are they actually? They're actually warring with Bosnia. What does Bosnia even have? Okay, yeah, so they do. Okay, yeah. No, okay, yeah, we've got 1 province. Okay, I thought for a moment that this, because I was looking at the actual Bosnia province here, and I thought that that's all the territory that they had was that Croatian color. Okay, we just had this one. What happened here? Did anything get exchanged? I don't think anything did get exchanged, so that's a little surprising. There must be some payments coming across there in the ledger that we're not going to know about. So we've got a Romanian change of government, also in Yugoslavia. That's Romania taking what's left of Yugoslavia there for themselves. Brazil. Some Mozambique. Okay, let's quickly look down here. Yeah, I would say Mozambique is going to be successful on this whole deal. We even have here Malawi is just like a couple provinces. They'll take that. Botswana, Namibia. Yeah, it's a pretty good alliance with for Mozambique, I would say. Check on over what's going on between Brazil and Peru. Did we actually battle it out yet? It looks like, based on that 2K stack, that the Peruvians lost a battle there. So we'll see what happens if Brazil takes over all of South America. Then they'll start heading north. And then things will get really fun. Okay, let's see Romanian change of government. Let's go up there and look at what's going on here. It's going to be very quick, I would say. Yeah, so yeah, Albania's taking over Yugoslavia, leaving. We've got Bosnia with 1 province. They're going to be able to take that real quick momentarily. Yugoslavia just with 2 provinces. Somehow they're letting, Romania is letting Yugoslavia siege out this territory here, though. Not sure the reason on that. Did we finish off this Libyan war yet? Yes, we did. They've gained back most of the territory other than what Niger has there, so good for them. Spanish change of government in Algeria. Okay, so the Spanish look to be continuing their expansion into Algeria, of all places. Did not notice that we have Tlemcen is back, if I'm saying that correctly, from the base game. That's one of our, I think, what's that start date called? Like Empire of the Sands, maybe? Where you have Tunisia and Fezzan and like Togurt and Mazab there. That's a good good place to play there. So here we go. We already had that happen. I thought that war had ended and South Africa took more, but apparently not yet. Spanish change of government. I'm surprised that this Ethiopian one has not ended. Ethiopia's looking strong, but Syria and Egypt is a way bigger army. I mean, what are we even doing here? It's okay, this is actually a fort. Okay. Yeah, but Mazab is there too. I'm just talking about that. Ethiopia, Egyptian. Surprised how long Albania is taking to siege out. I don't even know what province this is. Visoki. Some pretty major forts are... No, it's already occupied by them. Why are you not finishing off that war? Occupied by... Yeah. Bosnia is only 1 province. Okay. Not sure on that one. Quickly looking back, so even though the Brazilians appear, I thought they won a battle. They're still not sieging out much, and actually it looks like the Peruvians beat them here because they have the Brazilians in some sort of shattered retreat there. So if I was the Peruvians, I'd be pursuing this army, taking it out, and then you'd be pretty... Yeah, they got 250k stacks, so... I thought, unless I missed it, I mean, sometimes I get tunnel vision, I completely miss an army that's like completely viewable on the screen and I miss it, so I think I might have missed, because I thought there were only 150k Peruvian stack. Unless it's been rebuilt. You can see the Brazilians, either they're rebuilding armies or they're recruiting mercenaries, something like that. Yeah, if Argentina can win this war, that'll be pretty big. Pretty big. Gazikamuk, Azerbaijan, a war there. Spanish change of government's going well in Algeria, so no surprise there. Algeria has no allies. What were we looking at? Gazikamuk going aggressive on Azerbaijan. Trying to take control of the Caspian Sea between these guys. We will see what happens. Well, kind of my hopes for Turkey's expansion into Greece and Iran is kind of over. It looks like they're not going to be much of a factor in this series. Got Ethiopia. This war is still going on. I would imagine their war exhaustion has got to be getting up there. Gazikamuk. So far not succeeding. They probably don't want to actually battle each other, and they let Azerbaijan siege out territory. Did they actually take the fort? Yes, they did take a fort. That's why that war score was so high. Now we've got some Israeli separatists in Syria as well, and that looks like some pretty major armies actually that the Syrians are going to have to deal with. So we might be getting Israel back some territory here shortly. Spanish taking over Algeria. I think I'm going to go back down to Brazil because I want to see what's going on between these guys. There could be some good battles if they actually fight. Yeah, here we go. With 105k stack of Peruvians here. They need to just take out this Brazilian stack, and that will be a real tide turner. Just like not even in this war, but in general, just in South America, that would completely turn the tide of Brazilian dominance here in South America. But it looks like they're not quite ready for it, and they're gonna get attacked here. Need to get Brazil into a place where they're going to attack, and it's going to be some sort of terrain penalty. Are we doing it here? Is this where we're going to fight? Yes, it is. There is a terrain and crossing penalty, so not good for Peru, but they won that battle. Big win there. Big win for Peru. Didn't really change the war score much, though. I think we had a couple wars in... Check back. Romania finished tough. Do we have Yugoslavia? One province. So yeah, they've got some claims. They've got some claims on different places. We've got this Mozambique war still going on. Not as interested in this one. We still have Spain. Spain has vassalized Algeria here. Okay. That's different. I don't think we saw too much of that in the World War II series. Okay, we still have the Peruvians over here with their stacks. I'm just making sure nobody lost anything there. Looks like everything's pretty cored up for Malaya there. Some major slowdowns there. So one of our Israeli stacks looks like this was taken out, and looks like the Syrians taking out the other one. So yeah, they actually took care of the separatist issues here. Meanwhile, they're letting Ethiopia just walk through the desert here. And Egypt just sieged that back. This is going negative for, yeah, okay. For Ethiopia, that is. Brazilian Peruvians going negative for Brazil. We have a Rwandan, Ugandan war, Albania, Bosnia, we know about that. And Mozambique. It's kind of going on for a little while, but it does look like we're out of time for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please hit the like button. It really helps out the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.